Hello everyone, welcome to your channel Data Science Studio, and today we are starting the day 3 session of the Get Yourself Trained in Python Programming. And in today's session we are going to discuss some of the important topics in Python programming language from data analytics and data science perspective, which are list comprehension, set comprehension, dictionary comprehension, and we will be talking about couple of built-in functions that are used very frequently in the analytics and data science industry. So let's get started. So first we are going to talk about list comprehension. In list comprehension is actually used to create a refined list from the existing list. So here you can see that I have first is the same list comprehension logic which we try to use. We can use a for loop. So here you can see that I have created a list, and from that list I am actually running a for loop. So for each item of the list A, I am actually multiplying it by square and I am appending in a empty list B. So this whole operation of for loop takes close to 5 to 6 lines and it iterates over each and every row, and that's why it is slightly slower. Same thing we can write in a list comprehension format. If you can see my screen, so here what I am doing is, so you have to read it from here. So for x in range of length of list A, which means for each element of list A, I am going to index it using x and multiplying it with the square. So let's run it. So if I run this particular code, it will give me the output of the square of all the numbers. Similarly, if I run the same output, I will get the same output. The difference is only the time it takes to run a particular code. List comprehension is slightly faster than the normal list creation using for loop. That's what we have mentioned. List comprehension is faster than for loops to create the list. So I hope you are clear on this one. Next topic which we are going to talk about, dictionary comprehension. It also is same as what we are talking about list comprehension. So dictionary comprehension is used to transform the existing dictionary. So for example, if we have a dictionary like this, and what I can do is, for each key value pair in dictionary A dot items. So in case if you are not aware of dictionary or list, please refer to my day 2 session where we have covered the dictionary, list and the other functionalities as well. So what I am trying to do is, here the list comprehension will be in the curly braces because dictionary comprehension will be in curly braces because dictionaries are created using curly braces. So for each pair, key value pair in the dictionary A dot items, I am multiplying the value by its square, which is I am just multiplying it by 2. So if I run this query, I will get the output as the list will be multiplied 2. So when you multiply list by 2, it will be repeated actually. When you multiply a number by 2, it will be multiplied to 200 and so on and so forth for the value of z as well. Now when we are talking, this is another example. Here I am trying to put a condition as well. So you can filter out the values as well. For example, over here I am putting a condition that if dictionary value for a particular key is greater than 100, then only print the values. So it will print only y and z because only y and z have the values as greater than 100. So this is from the perspective of dictionary comprehension. From the set comprehension perspective, we try to get the unique values. For example, this is a list of list which I have created. So it is a kind of, you can say it is 2-dimensional list. So I have created multiple lists inside a list, and what I am trying to do is, I am trying to find the length for each list inside the parent list. So if I run this set, So here you can see it is just giving me 3, 4, 5. However, there is one list with 3, another list with 3 length, and then 4 length, and then 5 length, but it is giving me 3, 4, 5 because it is a set comprehension. It will not include the duplicates. Again, in set comprehension also you can add the condition. So here I am adding the condition, if the length of the particular list is greater than 3, then only it should consider. So you can see this, it is considering now only 4 and 5. So you can compare the output of both and you should be very clear with this one. So now in terms of usability from data analytics and data science perspective, we predominantly use list comprehension because lists are easy to manipulate and list comprehensions are faster than creating list using the for loops. So when we are moving to our learning from the Python programming to data science, then you will see how we are applying all these concepts. Now there are some built-in functions in Python which is very important to understand. First is your absolute. So when we are talking about absolute, it will, if your number is negative, it will convert into positive. So first is your absolute. So if I run this query, so minus 10 will be converted into 10. And then there is another important function which is a enumerate function. So what enumerate function does is it returns an enumerate object and it actually adds a index to a iterable. So what is iterable? Iterable are any Python object which supports iteration. For example, you have list supports iteration, string support iteration, you can run a for loop on list, string and dictionary. So those are iterable objects. So now I have created a list over here and I am trying to enumerate over the list, which means for every element of a index will be associated. So here you can see in a sequence a index is being associated for each value. Similarly, there is another example like this. So when you are creating a enumerate of list of a, it will create a enumerate object, and when you have to extract values from that object, you can just convert that into a list like this. So here the first print NMO is enumerate object, but it is a object which stores the values. If you want to extract the values, you have to convert that into a list. So here you get the objects of tuples. So enumerate object output is actually a tuple of index and values. Then another important function is zip. So let's say I have two lists and I want to pair the items of list using the indexes. So for example, I have two lists over here, you can see, which has 10, 20, 30, 40, and I have another list. Now if I have to pair 10 with ABC, 20 with DEF, 30 with GHI and 40 with GKL, what I will do? I will iterate through zip method. So zip actually gives a tuple. So it will iterate through each value of the indexes and it will concatenate them. So here you can see both the values are converted. So 10 is joined with ABC, 20 with DEF, 30 with GHI, 40 with JKL. So zip function is also used in multiple places in data analytics and data science as well in terms of data pre-processing. So wait for some time and watch out for my future lectures as well. We will be covering everything, but right now the objective is you should be able to understand the concept in detail. Now here also the zip will create a zip object, so it will be a tuple, list of tuples. Now you can do something like this as well. You can have a mixture of enumerate and zip together. So if I do like this, it will concatenate as well and it will provide a index as well to each row. Another important function which we have discussed earlier as well, which is a range. Range is used very frequently when we are either looping through a list or looping through a dictionary. Any kind of loop we are providing, we use range functions, and it is used in lot of data pre-processing steps. So range is an immutable built-in function, means once you have a specified range, you cannot change it, you have to create it again. That outputs a sequence of numbers and is mostly used in looping, mainly in for loops. So let's say I have a range of 10. If I run it, it will clearly give me a object. Again, if you get the from the built-in function, if you get the object values, you can convert that into a list. So here it will start from 0, it will go till 9. And there is a concept of start, stop and step. So let's say I am doing like this, where I am starting from the 1 number and I am going till 20 and step of 2. So this is 1 is start, 20 is stop and 2 is step, which means it will give me every alternate value starting from 1, like this. If you want all even numbers, you can start from 0. If you want every third number, you can do something like this. So range is used frequently along with for loop in Python. Now next is reversed function. So if you want to reverse a list or reverse a string, any kind of sequence, so this method iterates over a sequence to reverse the order. So let's say I have a list over here, I use reversed of list of A. So this is again a object. If I have to extract the values out of it, I will convert that back into list. So here you can see all the values are reversed. Next important function is round. In round, returns a number to its nearest decimal place. We use it very frequently when we want to bring the data back to its nearest decimal place. So here I want to convert this data into up to 2 decimal place. So if I run it, it will convert the data into 2 decimal places. And there is another method which is slice. So the slice method is used to slice a sequence. It could be string, it could be list, it could be dictionary, and it returns a slice object similar to what we have received in other built-in function. They will return a object, and if you want to extract the values out of the object, you can convert that from a list. So here I am creating a list. So I am doing a slice of creating a slice object which is starting from 2 to 5. So what it will do is it will get all the values from second index up to fifth index. But note, the fifth alone is not included. So it will start from 2, it will go till 4. So 2, 3, 4. So 30, 40, 50. So second index is this, third is this, fourth is this. So in Python, as I told you in a previous lecture, the last index is excluded, which means this fifth number is excluded. It will go till 4 only. Similarly, example like this, you can do slice in this fashion as well. So now if I want to summarize it, list comprehension is used a lot both in data analytics and data science industry. Dictionary comprehension used not that much, but it is used occasionally. Set comprehension, we use it, but in comparison to list comprehension, it is not used that much. Built-in function, yes, we use it. Enumerate is an important function. You should know how to write the code about it. You should know how to write zip function and what is the use of zip function. And you should also know range is a very important. We use it very frequently. And then we have reversed, we use in string operations, and we have round and slice. Slice we don't use very frequently in the data analytics or data science industry. So that's it for today's session, and in next session we will be talking about functions in detail, which is very important from the data processing or exploratory data analysis perspective in the data analytics and data science industry. So please like, subscribe and comment my channel, and look out for the next lecture. Thank you.